Hey guys, it's Scott here from AnimeBlurayUK, and today I'll be unboxing the international version of the deluxe edition of Time of Eve the movie. Now that's a bit of a mouthful, which is being produced by Pied Piper and Directions for global release. So this particular deluxe edition of Time of Eve movie includes the film on a Blu-ray disc, soundtrack CD, and a booklet which is filled with all sorts of information. But we'll take a closer look at that later on in this video. So if you supported the Time of Eve Kickstarter campaign and selected the Blu-ray product as your reward, this would be the version you would receive. And because of that, funded with Kickstarter logos are present on the packaging. But interestingly enough, it only appears on the little sleeve at the bottom and nowhere inside the unit itself or the outer packaging itself, so it's not going to spoil the overall product. Moving around the actual packaging and the sides, you will notice various Time of Eve the movie logos, as well as a subtext, "Are you enjoying the time of Eve?" which is also printed on the back of the box, which gives it a sort of mysterious feel to it. But more importantly, moving down to the contents, on the back of the box it lists all of the contents included on the discs themselves, such as all of the bonus features for the Blu-ray disc, as well as the various different subtitle options. But moving on away from that and onto the soundtrack CD, we've got 33 tracks, all of which feature songs from the movie itself, which is quite a nice inclusion. So the box itself is quite sturdy. It's not as strong as the chipboard art boxes that we've come to familiar with Funimation releases, but overall it's quite nicely packed, has a nice rough solid feel to it, and is not something that will easily get damaged on your shelf either, which is the important aspect. But at the moment now I'll try and get in without ripping the product apart, because obviously it is all cardboard and not plastic cases or Ombre Blu-ray cases. And quite amusingly, the cellophane wrapper on the packaging is quite strong and sturdy, so you will have to be careful when unboxing it, or unsealing it, as it's probably the correct term. This is probably the biggest downfall actually, is because the cellophane around the product is really strong and tight, whereas the packaging itself, although it is cardboard and quite sturdy, you might risk creasing or damaging it, which obviously for something like this you don't want to do. But anyway, we've managed to get into it, and as you can just barely see, that little bit comes away. So if you want to, you can get rid of that and see more of the main female character, or female robotic character, on the front of the box. Entirely up to you. So anyway, now that we've got the cellophane off, we can take a better look at the product itself. So all the way around, the cardboard is quite sturdy and strong. I mean, there is a small crease you might be able to notice on the spine, but nothing too serious. With the actual sleeve gone that covered the bottom of it, it makes it a bit more unique. But it is a bit minimalistic. There isn't any dominant artwork or massive various colouring designs on the front, which tends to be a Japanese type speciality of making Blu-ray products or DVD products that offer just basically one solid picture on the front cover. It reminds me of Robotics Notes Blu-rays. Anyway, moving away from that, once we've got the content out, we've got the Blu-ray and CD soundtrack on the left hand side, which I'll take a look at first. And this comes inside a, I suppose the best term would be digipack packaging, similar to what Anime Limited or all the anime tend to use. And yet again, if you've already seen our standard Blu-ray unboxing, it's the same disc, so there's no massively impressive artwork. It's just minimalistic artwork, mainly the logo and some copyright information on the disc. And the same can be said for the soundtrack CD. Yet again, plain white, just the Time of Eve the movie logo, and then copyright warnings for the actual soundtrack. But interestingly, what's more unique to this is the digipack design, as behind the plastic trays we have got some additional bonus artwork. Not too sure what it relates to, but that's probably because I haven't sat down and watched the film just yet. But it looks quite nice and offers something a bit more unique to the traditional Blu-ray releases we get nowadays. So you can tell that some care and attention is being put into it. Moving on to the booklet now, Code Life. This is a very detailed, and I mean very detailed, booklet on the Time of Eve movie, as well as character artworks, which I'll just give you a quick overview or glance through. So yet again, there's nothing dominant on the front or back of the booklet, but once we open it up, we can see some artwork from the film, as well as detailed product information about the product. For instance, the story behind Time of Eve, creating Time of Eve the movie, the process of, presumably the process of dubbing it, and the music behind the Time of Eve, comments from production staff, more artwork, soundtrack booklet, which is the same one that's included with the standard version, but it's built into this booklet itself. So yeah, basically it's just one big detailed book explaining the production. It's basically the production notes, really, describing what it was like producing the movie from the TV series, or the movie from scratch, and bringing it to Blu-ray, as well as making all the music for the film itself. So it's quite a nice little package, if I do say myself. So yeah, both of those all fit nicely together. I suppose the biggest disappointment is this little sleeve that just slides on the top, as that will easily come off. But yeah, that's what you can expect from the international release of Time of Eve the Movie Deluxe Edition, which is now available.